For today's video, I'll take this beautiful 1985 300D manual made here in South Africa, four drive, and I'll do a walk around of it and just chat about it and yeah, give you my impressions of what it's like to own and drive one of these beautiful old cars. And they're not as slow as you might think, these 300Ds. They run really well, so I hope you enjoy the video. There's a couple of different sections. I do a walk around, I do a drive, I do a regular 80 to 120 acceleration in fourth gear, see how it goes. Yeah, enjoy the video, and if you enjoy the videos on this channel, please subscribe as well. A quick walk around the 300D. It's a 1985 model. Here in South Africa, of course, they produced 123s right through until 1986. The 124 only launched here in October 86. So we were lucky enough to have them for an extra couple of years in comparison to the guys in Europe. Anyway, this is a 1985 300D. Very nice condition. I've just had it resprayed. It's my car that I bought and I wanted to restore, so I've started working on it. Mostly it's done. I had some new tires put on yesterday as well. It had commercial bucky tires that just felt like they're very good on potholes and bad roads, but they just felt a little bit too firm for me. So I had these. This is what's actually spec'd for 123s. It's a 195/70/14. Certainly the 280E. I think the others had 185, but this is spec'd for 280E, so it gives a really nice ride. So I had those put on. The other thing we did today is we did the lights. I had these lights fitted and had the grille done as well. Did it in matte black. I really like the look how that turned out. So it's been done. It's got the bunts on, and a beautiful spray job was done on this car. But having a look at it, it's pretty much the same as all the other 123s. It's quite highly spec'd for a 300D in that it has mud flaps, it has aircon, it has cruise control, obviously the central locking. And if you have a look inside, there are the overlay mats that came with it, the old cassette player there. I've been listening to some some unusual music. It's those cassettes come out of a variety of cars I've bought in the last few months for stripping from a variety of different people. So and none of them have got any name written on. So you put it in and you just see what happens. But yeah, that's been interesting. So I've got that. The dash is beautiful as well. No cracks. It's done about 290 odd somewhere, 1,000. You'll have a look now. And if you look at the driving video, it's a very quiet, very quiet ride. This is something I want to attend to as well. I do have another base in stock, so I'm just going to swap that over and put that in. But it gives you an idea of the general condition of the car. It's really nice. Really nice. The door pockets. This one was lacquered. We got a new door pocket in there. I don't need to clean this up. This is this weekend's job. I want to pull these off and clean them up nicely. We'll see if we don't have a better one of these. I've changed all the latches on the car, so the doors close like they should. Very nicely. But those have all been done. And as I said, it's done a full respray on it. Didn't have much rust. It was the issue was more one of very fine scratches. It was a farmer's car. So a lot of very fine scratches all over, so it didn't need a full respray. At some point it had an issue here with this door, and it had some damage that was repaired, not well at all. So we didn't mess around in repairing that, we just replaced the door. I did have one in stock, but to watch, look at that, how that closed. So that door's been done, it looks really good as well. Got the left mirror, not a lot of them did have that. So let me open up the bonnet and I'll show you around there quickly. What I love about these cars is just the durability of them. Bella's 240D there behind us has done 630,000 Ks. I can never remember. And it just runs and runs. And we're going to do a test on that as well. We'll be doing a test on that probably in the next week or so. So basically the same motor as a 240D, just with an additional cylinder. It's a 5-cylinder as opposed to a 4-cylinder. This particular one, as I say, is quite highly spec'd in that it has the cruise control over here, has aircon as well, and just durable, reliable, simple motors. I've just given it a wash. As you can see, it's dripping a bit here, but just done that. It also has this very unusual feature. I don't know why this has been fitted, but it's a battery kill switch here. So yeah, you can do that if you want. But yeah, looking at the general condition, beautiful. These motors obviously aren't the most powerful 123s at all. The 300D is a little bit better than the 240D. But you'll see in the driving portion of this video that there's no issue at all doing 120, 130 in it. There's plenty of power. It's very smooth, very economical. You can expect around 10 liters, 100 k's in it, just driving normally. You really need to cane it to use much more than that, and if you take it easy, you use a lot less. And from a maintenance point of view, very, very simple. It's oil changes as frequently as possible. I like to do them at 5,000. Mercedes specify 10,000 kilometers. That's kilometers, not miles. So I like to change it at 5,000. And the other thing to do is obviously just keep a couple of these little clear inline fuel filters in your cubby. It does have a main canister filter here, but I like keeping this in case you pick up some dirty diesel along the way. It's very easy to just pop this out and pop a new one in. Yeah, so very, very simple. In all the time I've been driving these cars, and it's been a lot of time, the issues that I've had with them are generally vacuum pump related. The diaphragms in the vacuum pump eventually go, and you have shut off issues, as you can see in another video that I've done on the channel where I speak about that. So you do have those sort of issues, but they're easily resolved and they're not frequent. I mean, the cars are 40 years old, so now is the time that possibly needs to be replaced. But we have diaphragms in stock, for example, so it's no big deal. And beyond that, it's just regular servicing, you know, nothing else. Glow plugs, yeah, this has got the latest style pin glow plug, so it starts a bit quicker. It hasn't got the correct battery. I want to fit a bigger battery. This battery looks a bit small for me, so I want to get a bigger battery. But yeah, it's got new shocks and stuff like that. And if you come around here, let's fire it up and I'll show you how it starts up. It's done 298. Just put on the handbrake. So there's a little glow plug light here on the side, so we just put that on. As soon as it goes off, you can crank and it fires up. Watch the oil pressure go up as it does. The car's cold now, but it should at idle be around there. And yeah, very, very sweet engines. Very minimal diesel smoke, if any. At the moment, I don't see anything. Okay, so we just left the old Burka warehouse here in Abeja, here in the Eastern Cape of South Africa, and I'm in this 300D OM617. It's not turbo. We never had the turbos here. It's a 4-speed manual. We didn't have the 5 speeds here, but a very nice, reliable, durable car. These. For those of you who have followed the channel for a while, you'll know that I took one of these a few years ago that had done over 1 million kilometers, and I converted it into a camper. Then I took it all manner of bad roads and stuff all over, loaded to the brim with camping stuff, and it just kept on going. It's a really remarkable engine. It's as simple as they come, and as you saw from the Walkaround, I just went through very briefly in it. Yeah, if it doesn't start, then somebody's either stolen your battery or stolen your diesel. There's no computers, there's none of that sort of nonsense that's going to affect your reliability. Pretty much standard 123 fare, driving it, you know, nice and solid, nice and stable on the road. You'll see just now when we accelerate into CV road here how it compares to the others that I've done on the channel recently, like the 230 manual and the 280E. But actually very relaxed. I'm in 4th gear here. I'm chugging along at 70 k's an hour, and you know, it feels like, you know, if I accelerate, there's power. I'm not going to do that, but not on this little road. But yeah, it gives you an idea. As I said, I replaced that door there when it went in for the respray, and I hear a slight wind whistle there, so I'm just going to ask the guy to adjust that. See, there's a tiny little bit, about a 2mm gap on top, so I'm going to adjust that out. But other than that, what a beautiful job was done on this car. And when I bought it a few months ago, I mean, it was driven up to me about 600 k's from the Western Cape, and I drove it a bit before sending it in, and I just loved it. I mean, I love simplicity. You know, I drive that old Volvo. I love my 200D, and this really is a good example of that, but with a little bit more usability, in that you can get in and you can do your 120, 130 relatively easily, and its consumption is good. I took it on the freeway the other night. Lights are very, very good in it as well. It can only be better now that it's been upgraded as well. So yeah, we'll just get around here, and then when we're on the open road, we'll carry on with the driving video. Okay, so as we come up here to CV Road, we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, cruising along. Brakes are exceptionally good. Obviously, as per all 123s, they have discs on every wheel. So four discs, and yeah, let's have a look. So certainly at idle, it's quite enough. Okay, so I'll pull away here first. Yeah, I'll accelerate a bit harder. It's slow, but it's not that slow. 80, 90, 100. There we go. And I'll get it up to 120, and I'll show you what it feels like cruising at that sort of speed. There we go. Okay, so very relaxed. I've literally got no hands on the wheel, put one hand here, it's more than enough. Very, very stable. Like you can do this all day. Very comfortable at the speed as well. And my foot's barely on the accelerator, to be honest. So it certainly feels that you can accelerate more, and I'll try and do that. That's a bit of a hill. Accelerate, and I'm still climbing. So I can do 130 here, no problem at all. But let me ease off a bit. I just wanted to put a bit of distance between us and the car behind me, so I can show you how it accelerates from 80 to 120. So you slow down here to 80. In fourth, so I'm not going to change, even in fourth. Okay, that's 80, let's go. And I'll floor it now. 80, 90, 100. 110, 120. Okay, so that's in fourth without changing dial. And third, it's got a range of about 110 k's an hour. So it is quite usable third as well. But yeah, it gives you an idea. It's effortless here. My foot's barely on the accelerator. This is a bit of an incline. I'm doing 125, it indicated 125. And this all feels like it wants to go. So it really is very, very usable, these cars. The 300D, a lot more than people think. I think we're going to go grab a pizza here, so I'll show you as we pull it there, just what it sounds like in terms of idling when warm. Temperature is spot on. Oil pressure is good. I filled it up yesterday. I like running. Liquid Body has a great product as well that I put in. It's diesel tech, and it cleans out the system. So in all my diesels, I put one of those in. And you can see here, let's go over here, we're going to grab a pizza. It being Friday afternoon. And just found ourselves a parking. I love the gearboxes, these manual gearboxes. They just change so nicely in these 123s. 124s as well. Come to our local restaurant here just around the corner. Okay, so now with it idling and warm, oil pressure is exactly where it should be. If you've got a 123 and you've just, your temperature's at about, it's got an 87 degree thermostat, so that's right where it is there. That is where your oil pressure should be when it's warm too. And then obviously if you accelerate, it should shoot straight up like that. See, just touch the accelerator, goes up. If it's lower than that, you need to start looking at things like your oil filter and doing an oil change and stuff. And yeah, easy stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's certainly not noisy inside here. It's very comfortable. It's got the old Becker, as I say, with a variety of different cassettes. I won't put it on now because I know what's playing there. But yeah, a lovely, lovely car. And if you're thinking of getting one, please just leave a message in the comments, and I'll certainly help advise wherever I can and give you my opinion on one that you've seen. And yeah, watch out for the 240D manual video coming up. And thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. We've got lots more content coming.